Ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome to everybody here inside the Geelong Arena for Wildfighter Round 5. It's great to see so many people here inside the venue, and especially as we come out of COVID and all of the problems we've had in the last year. It's great to see everybody back inside the venue and having a good time for Wildfighter once again. So, ladies and gentlemen, we can't wait to have you in the venue for a great night of professional boxing tonight. We have 7 amateur bouts on the card to begin with, and then we also have 7 professional bouts for you as well. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what we're going to do is have our gym wars beginning off the night. 7 fights to start with, 7 amateur bouts, and then we go into the professional card. 3 of those bouts will be on free view on Facebook Live on Oz Boxing, and then after that it goes to a pay-per-view event for 4 more fights. Thank you very much to Oz Boxing for their live pay-per-view streaming service that is happening tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, a big thank you as well to all of our sponsors. We have to say thank you to our sponsors. Without their help and support, we don't have these events. So thank you very much to Quest Infrastructure, MOD Electrical, to Tough Guard 20. That's raising money for Beyond Blue tonight. I'll explain that as the night goes on. A big thank you to Mediclear and also the Geelong Council. So ladies and gentlemen, that is all happening tonight. You'll hear plenty of my voice in between rounds explaining to you how that is all working. Now, ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, let's get underway. The first bout of the evening, as I mentioned, we have 7 amateur bouts at first. It is our Wildfighter Gym Wars, and then we move into our professional card. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get started now with our first bout in our Gym Wars. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome out our 2 boxers to the ring. The first bout, 3 2-minute rounds of amateur action. First of all, let's welcome out, he's boxing out of the red corner, and his name is Jackie Zhu. Ladies and gentlemen, now time to welcome out his opponent to the ring. This man's boxing out of the blue corner. Let's welcome Charlie Bliss.
Look, it's incredible scenes. You can't believe this fight. 2 times on the man was blood. Football and paper cuts. I see dead man hating now. Why you gotta make it tough? Why you gotta bring that up? Shots, you gonna make that us. This beefing penny. You go on the bus out, rebel, who's gonna buy that unsuccessful? Wasting the trip from Central, shit, they was not in the petrol. That girl shit, that's rebel, petrol. You can feel that ripple.
Ladies and gentlemen, first bout of our Gym Wars. 3 2-minute rounds of amateur action. Let's welcome our boxers. First of all, tonight, this man boxing out of the red corner. He tipped the scale 60 kilograms neat. He's trained by Don Concha. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a warm round of applause for Jackie Zhu. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's introduce his opponent tonight. He's boxing out of the blue corner. This man tipped the scale 61.15 kilograms. Tonight, he's trained by Greg Bell. Let's have a warm round of applause and welcome Charlie Bliss. Fighters centering, please, for referee's instructions.
All right, guys. Obey my commands at all times. Protect yourselves at all times. Touch gloves now. All the best.
Round 1. That's the end of round number 1. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for our 2 boxers. This is our Gym Wars amateur contests. 7 bouts, 3x2 coming up all night. Ladies and gentlemen, round 2. That's the end of the round, ladies and gentlemen. Round of applause. Our combatants at it in our first bout of the evening. Big thank you once again to all of our sponsors. Quest Infrastructure, thank you very much, Steve Hull, for all of your wonderful support. Matt O'Donnell and MOD Electrical. Big thank you to Tough Guard and Craig Sverko. Ladies and gentlemen, he's raising money tonight for the Beyond Blue Foundation. He is the feature bout in our amateur card tonight, so make sure you look up Tough Guard 20 on Facebook. A big thank you as well, Medi Clear and the Geelong Council. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Wildfighter round 5. Third and final round. Final 20 seconds, ladies and gentlemen, make some noise. The end of the contest. Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, our first two boxers in our Wildfighter. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for our boxers as we get ready for the official decision, the first of our gym wars this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, 3 magnificent rounds. The judges have scored this contest all three, 29-28, in favour of your winner by unanimous points decision. He is from the blue corner, Charlie Blaze.
Look, it's incredible scenes. You can't make this up. 2 times that man lost blood. Football and paper cuts. I see them man hating now. Fuck, why you gotta make it up? Why don't you bring that up? Trust, you gonna make it us.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a warm round of applause for our two boxers as they leave the ring. Amateurs getting in there and giving it a go. Wildfighter Gym Wars, the first bout. Congratulations to those two men. Fantastic contest to begin the evening here at Wildfighter Round 5. Ladies and gentlemen, getting ready now for bout number 2 here of our Gym Wars amateur contest. Let's welcome the two boxers to the ring. First of all, this man boxing out of the red corner. His name is Nick Waters. Is Dylan Blitzard. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome our two boxers officially here inside the ring. The following contest, 3 2-minute rounds of amateur action. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, boxing out of the red corner. This man weighed in 86.2 kilograms. He's trained by Don Concha. Let's have a warm round of applause for Nick Long Socks Waters. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing his opponent, this man tonight boxing out of the blue corner, tipping the scales 87.25 kilograms. Tonight, he's trained by Jason Kane. Let's have a warm welcome here in Geelong for Dylan Blitzer. Fighters centering, please. Instructions from your referee, Matthew Thine.
Let's go. All right, guys. Obey my commands all times. Protect yourselves all times. Touch cards now and give it back to your corner. Good luck.
Round one.
Right, back. All right, box. Here he goes. All right, box.
That's the end of round number one. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for our two boxers. Second bout of our gym wars here at Wildfighter. A big thank you once again to all of our sponsors. Thank you to our principal sponsor, Quest Infrastructure and Environments. Thank you very much, Steve Hull, for all of your wonderful support. Visit them online, ladies and gentlemen. Google them or also visit them at Quest. Fantastic people, fantastic company. Thank you very much, Steve Hull, for all of your wonderful support. This is Wildfighter, round 5. Seconds down. Round 2.
Good boy. Steve, as soon as you come, open up. Keep working, Dill. Keep working out. Work me out, Dill. Good work.
That's the end of round number 2. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for our boxers here, Wildfighter,
10 seconds.
round 5.
I can hear it.
Ladies and gentlemen, a big thank you to all of our sponsors once again, Quest Infrastructure, MOD Electrical, Tough Guard 20, Mediclear and the Geelong Council. Thank you for making these events as great as what they are.
I'll do the next 2, and then we'll get back on track.
Seconds down.
All right, box.
Third and final round.
Get him up.
That's a good boy. Blow it up, Dill. Blow it up now.
That's the end of the contest. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for these two men getting in there for the first time and putting on a wonderful show. The second bout of our gym wars here at Wildfighter, round 5. Ladies and gentlemen, official decision time, bout number 2 of our Gym Wars contest. After 3 rounds, our judges have put their scores in, ladies and gentlemen. The judges have scored this contest 30-27, 30-27 and 29-28, all in favour of your winner by unanimous points decision from the blue corner, Dylan Belitza. Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, as the 2 boxers leave the ring. Fantastic night to debut here inside the Wildfighter Arena. Ladies and gentlemen, moving on to the next bout now of our Gym Wars. Time to welcome out the boxers first of all. From the red corner in this contest, his name is Joe Powell. Ladies and gentlemen, now time to welcome out his opponent to the ring. This man boxing out of the blue corner. His name is Josh Speechley. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome our boxers officially into this contest. 3 2-minute rounds of amateur action. First of all, tonight, boxing out of the red corner. This man tipped the scale 68.6 kilograms. Tonight, he's trained by Don Concha. Let's have a very warm round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for Smokin' Joe Powell. And now, ladies and gentlemen, time to welcome his opponent tonight, boxing out of the blue corner. This man weighed in 71.1 kilograms. Tonight, he's trained by Jason Kane. Let's have a warm round of applause as we welcome Josh Speechley. Matthew Thine in charge. Once again, boxers, centering, please, for your instructions.
All right, guys, obey my commands at all times. Protect yourselves at all times. Touch gloves down. Good luck to you.
Tommy.
Round 1. That's the end of round number 1. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, both boxers in this contest.
Fix that up, will you?
Third bout of our gym wars this evening. This is Wildfighter round 5. Big thank you to everybody involved. Ladies and gentlemen, just a reminder, our after party tonight is at The Inn in Geelong. It's at The Inn. That's where the official after party is tonight for Wildfighter round 5. If you're around and in Geelong, make your way to The Inn and we'll have a good time after our night is over. This is Wildfighter round 5. Seconds down.
Neutral, stay there. All right, box, let's go.
Round 2.
Don't hold. Right. Okay, let's go. Box. Okay, break. Stop holding it. Don't hold. Okay, box. Hey, no push. No pushing. No push. Okay, break, break. Don't punch on the break. Okay, box.
Fighters centering, please. Ladies and gentlemen, warm round of applause for our two boxers as we get ready for the decision. After 3 magnificent rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. The judges have scored this contest 29-28, 29-28 and 30-26, all in favour of your winner. It is a unanimous points decision. Your winner is, from the blue corner, Josh Speechley. Let's have a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for these two men as they leave getting in the ring. It's the toughest challenge of them all. Congratulations, gentlemen. Another great bout here at Wildfighter Round 5. Ladies and gentlemen, moving on now, bout number 4 of our amateur card here, Gym Wars, thanks to Wildfighter. Let's introduce our boxers now to the ring. First of all, from the red corner, Nick King. Ladies and gentlemen, now time to welcome out his opponent to the ring. This man boxing out of the blue corner. Let's welcome Jaden Keeley. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, the following contest, 3 2-minute rounds, amateur action. Let's welcome our two boxers here inside the ring. First of all, boxing out of the red corner. This man tipped the scales 83.25 kilograms. He's trained once again by Don Concha. Let's have a warm round of applause and welcome Nick King. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing his opponent tonight. This man boxes out of the blue corner. He tipped the scales 87.5 kilograms. Tonight, he's trained by Greg Bell. Let's have a warm round of applause as we welcome Jaden Keeley. Referee, once again, Matthew Thine. Fighters centering, please, for your instructions.
All right, guys, obey my commands at all times. Protect yourselves at all times. Touch gloves now and back to your corners.
Thank you. Tommy. All right, box.
Round one. That's the end of round number one, ladies and gentlemen. A round of applause for our competitors. Once again, this is the Jim Moore section of our evening. 7 professional bouts coming up tonight as well, ladies and gentlemen. A great night of action here at the Geelong Arena, and a big thank you to Quest Infrastructure and Environment, our principal sponsors. Seconds down.
Stay in your corner. Got that bucket. All right, box.
Round 2.
Good. Right. Just watch your back fist. Okay, box.
That's the end of the round. Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, our 2 boxers. Bout number 4 of our Jim Awards here. Big thank you to all of our sponsors, Quest Infrastructure and Environment. MOD Electrical, a big thank you to the Geelong City Council. Tough Guard 20, as I mentioned, Craig Spurko, he's headlining our amateur contest this evening, raising money for Beyond Blue. Visit them on Facebook, Tough Guard 20, and don't forget to donate to a fantastic cause. A big thank you as well. Medi Clear, great sponsors of our Wildfighter Round 5 event. Seconds down.
Hey, time.
Time.
Touch gloves. Touch gloves. Touch gloves. Okay. Time. Box.
Third and final round.
Okay, break. Step back. All right, box. Okay, break. Step back. All right, box. And break. Stop holding. Yeah. All right, box.
That's the end of the contest, ladies and gentlemen. A warm round of applause for our boxers. Fantastic bout here at Wildfighter Round 5. Boxers centering, please. Ladies and gentlemen, a warm round of applause, please, for both of our boxers as we get ready for our official. Let's have it, ladies and gentlemen. Warm round of applause. Well done to our two gentlemen inside the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges have scored this contest 29-28. It is a unanimous points decision victory in favour of your winner from the red corner, Nick King. let's have another warm round of applause for these two boxers as they leave the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, let's move on to the next bout now of our Gym Wars battles. Introducing first to the ring, this man boxing out of the red corner. His name is Nathan Cramery. Ladies and gentlemen, time now to welcome out his opponent. He is boxing out of the blue corner. Let's make some noise as we welcome to the ring, Jesse Robertson. Ladies and gentlemen, now time to introduce our boxers officially. Once again, 3 2-minute rounds of action coming up. First of all, tonight, boxing out of the red corner. This man tipped the scales 80.3 kilograms. He's trained by Don Concha. Let's make some noise as we welcome Nathan the Kook Cramery. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing his opponent tonight. This man boxing out of the blue corner. Tipped the scales 82.15 kilograms. Tonight, he's trained by Jason Kane. Let's have a warm round of applause for Jesse Robertson. Ladies and gentlemen, when the action gets underway, your referee is Matthew Thine. Fighters, center ring please for your instructions.
Come here. Right, guys. Obey my commands at all times and protect yourselves at all times. Touch cards now. Back to the corners, good luck. Yeah. Fuck. Yep. Okay, box.
Round one.
Judges! Hands up, Jess! Break.
That's the end of round number 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for our two boxers. A big night of action here at the Geelong Arena. Proudly brought to you by Wildfighter Promotions and Will Tomlinson. A big thank you to everybody here. A reminder as well, ladies and gentlemen, the after party is at The Inn tonight. The Inn is where the after party is at. There's also going to be 4 fantastic auction items up for grabs later on, so keep that in mind, everybody. 4 auction items. We have a Gary Ablett piece, Mike Tyson, Kobe Bryant, and also Wild Will Tomlinson, our promoter here tonight. 4 great pieces. That's coming up later on this evening. Seconds down.
Box.
Round 2.
Press your chest now. Doesn't want it.
Stop.
That's the end of the round, ladies and gentlemen. Put together round 2 boxes here. Inside the ring, round 5 of the card. Take a special round coming up tonight, ladies and gentlemen, live as well on the Facebook, the first 20% of that line on Oz Boxing, online Oz Boxing Australia, online Boxing Network, and ladies and gentlemen, after that, Oz Boxing pay-per-view for the main 4-round sponsor. This is Wildfighter Round 5.
Touch gloves. Touch gloves.
Third, final round. Let's take the noise up, ladies and gentlemen, for our 2 boxers.
Break. Don't turn your head. Okay, box. No push. Box.
There you go, and again. Back on it, back on it. Let's go, 10 seconds, boys. Let's go, let's go. Up, Jess, go, let's go.
That ends the contest. Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for our two boxers, bout number 5 of our Gym Wars component. This is Wildfighter Round 5, proudly brought to you by Quest Infrastructure and Environments, live tonight from the Geelong Arena. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for our two boxers, please, as we get ready for the official decision. After 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for that decision. All 3 judges have scored this contest 30-27, all in favour of your winner. It is a unanimous points decision victory from the blue corner, Jesse Robinson. Ladies and gentlemen, a big thank you once again to all of our sponsors. Without our sponsors, these events don't go ahead. So we say a big thank you to Steve Hull and everyone involved at Quest Infrastructure and Environments. Thank you for your magnificent support. As always, MOD Electrical, Matt O'Donnell and everyone there at MOD Electrical. Tough Guard, Craig Sverko. He's coming up in 2 bouts time, ladies and gentlemen. Tough Guard 20. A big reminder to look at their Facebook page, Tough Guard 20. They're donating money to Beyond Blue, and Craig is raising money and awareness tonight. Big thank you as well to Mediclear. Thank you, Josh and Frankie, and also the Geelong Council. Ladies and gentlemen, now time to welcome out our opponents for our penultimate bout here in our Gym Wars amateur contests. First of all, let's welcome out from the red corner, his name, Lockie Miller. Ladies and gentlemen, now time to welcome out his opponent to the ring. This man's boxing out of the blue corner. His name is Baden Ramos. Ladies and gentlemen, now time to welcome our boxers here inside the ring. Once again, 3 2-minute rounds of amateur action. First of all, let's welcome tonight boxing out of the red corner. This man weighed in 78.4 kilograms. Tonight, he's trained by Don Concha. Let's have a warm round of applause for Lockie Miller! And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing his opponent tonight. This man's boxing out of the blue corner. This man tipped the scales 80 kilograms neat. Tonight, he's trained by Matt Critchley. Let's have a warm round of applause as we welcome Baden Ramos!
Pushing, headbutting, all those sort of fouls, yeah?
Round one. Round two.
That's the end of the round. Ladies and gentlemen, hands together for our two boxers. Another great round of amateur action, our penultimate bout here in our Gym Wars. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget the after party tonight is at The Inn in Geelong. The Inn. Get there tonight afterwards and enjoy a beverage or a water with your favourite fighter and the team here at Wildfighter. It is at The Inn. Make sure you're there. Seconds down. Third and final round.
Keep your hands up, keep your hands up. Over there. I'm just giving you a breather. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You okay to go? 6, 7, 8. All right, good. Okay.
30 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. Keep that noise and energy for our two men. Bring them home.
Keep your hands up. Hands up, hands up. Hands up. 10 seconds, boys, 10 seconds.
That's the end of the contest, ladies and gentlemen. Warm round of applause for both men inside the ring. Penultimate battle here of our Gym Wars component of the card. Another fantastic fight. Wildfighter round 5. Boxers center ring, please. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have one more warm round of applause for these two men. Fantastic contest here inside the Wildfighter Arena. Penultimate contest of our amateur wars. Boxers centering, please. Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges have scored this contest 30-27. It is a unanimous points decision victory in favour of your winner from the blue corner, Baden Ramos. Ladies and gentlemen, one more round of applause, please, for our two boxers as they leave the ring. Another great amateur bout here, Wildfighter, round 5 from the Geelong Arena. Ladies and gentlemen, time for the final battle now of our Gym Wars, brought to you by Wildfighter Promotions. Let's welcome out our boxers to the ring. First of all, beginning with the man from the red corner. His name is Craig Sverko.
Some things in life are bad, they can really make me mad. Some things just make me swear and hurt. When you're chewing on life's whistle, uncle, give a whistle. This'll help things burn out for the best. Always look on the wrong side of life. Always look on the right side.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's now welcome out his opponent to the ring. This man's boxing out of the blue corner. His name is Justin Westerman. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our final Gym Wars battle for this evening. Once again, 3 2-minute rounds of action. This one is proudly brought to you by Tough Guard 20. Please visit the Facebook page, ladies and gentlemen, Tough Guard 20, raising funds and awareness for Beyond Blue this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, now let's welcome our boxers. First of all, fighting out of the red corner. This man tipped the scales, 102.8 kilograms. He's trained tonight by Don Concha. Let's have a very warm round of applause for Craig, the old codger, Sverko. And now, ladies and gentlemen, time to introduce his opponent tonight. He's boxing out of the blue corner. This man weighed in 99.9 kilograms. He's trained tonight by Brian Butler. Let's have a very warm round of applause as well for the War Machine, Justin Westerman. Referee in charge, Ignatius Missalidis. Boxers, center ring for your instructions, please.
Alright guys, I want you to obey my commands and protect yourselves at all times. Touch gloves now and good luck. Are you ready? Ready? Let's go. Fight.
Round 1.
Stop. You can't hold him, right? Don't put your arm around his head and punch, okay? Let's go. Fight. seconds, boys. Time.
That's the end of the round, ladies and gentlemen. Hands together for the two boxers in the ring. As I mentioned, proudly brought to you by Tough Guard 20. Visit them online, Facebook, and please dig deep, make a donation. Tough Guard 20, raising money and awareness for Beyond Blue.
All good? Keep your hands up, yeah? Let's go, Brian. Mouth guard in.
Round two.
Let's go. Let it go. Stand back, get out of there. Stand back.
And defend. Step back, Lean in and step back now. That's it. Good. Step back, give yourself some room.
Keep the mouth guard in, yeah. Seconds. Stop. Don't push, okay? Get it up. Fight. Time.
That's the end of the round, ladies and gentlemen. Hands together. Final bout of our amateur card this evening. Wildfighter round 5. Proudly brought to you by Quest Environments and Infrastructure. Big thank you to Steve Hull and everybody involved with Quest, principal partners of Wildfighter this evening from the Geelong Arena. Seconds down.
Let's go, guys. Let's go. Last round. Touch gloves.
Third and final round.
Touch gloves. Last round, boys. Good luck. Watch your head. Break! Stand back. Let him go. Come on, stand back. Fight, boys. Put your hands up, hands up. Let's go.
Again, overhand, right. Overhand. That's it. Good body shot. You're on your track, come on. Hands up, overhand, come on.
Final 30 seconds of our amateur card, ladies and gentlemen, with the energy inside the building as we finish up this contest.
Right, there we go, there we go.
Justin, let's
Point.
kick this. Let him go. Do that. Come on.
10 seconds, boys, 10 seconds.
Finish strong. Push it back. Come on.
Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, our two boxers inside the ring. What a great contest. The final battle of our Gym Wars component of the night, raising awareness, raising funds for Beyond Blue. Tough Guard 20 is the page to visit. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, the two men in the ring as they parade around after a fantastic contest. Just before the official decision, ladies and gentlemen, let's have one more round of applause for these two men centering. Fantastic performances. Gentlemen, centering please, time for the official decision. Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. The judges have scored this contest 30-27, 29-28 and 29-28, all in favour of your winner. It is unanimous points decision to the blue corner, Justin Westerman. Ladies and gentlemen, centering now in just a moment with Justin Westerman. Justin, a quick chat if you don't mind. Come centre ring, please, mate. Well done. Great bout, raising money and awareness, and two men getting in there, giving it their all. How was that?
Yeah, as it doesn't get any easier as you get older. The Craig. I fought Craig twice 8 years ago. He's come in 10 kilos lighter. I could feel it in his heart. He wanted it. He's probably up against it, me being that little bit younger. He's done the work. And for what he's doing for Beyond Blue, when they rang up and offered me the fight, I've got a friend here, Dean. He lost his mother, then his brother committed suicide very quickly afterwards. And there's a lot of people out there that need support, and I'm in here having a fight for fun. and a lot of people out there fighting every day for their life. So kept behind sport, and I won the fight, but Craig won much, much more than that. So he's got me in the best shape of my life at 48. I'd like to thank my trainers. Stewie, you trained me 16 years ago. Tonight's the last night. Brian took me on at East End. My brother, he's still my idol. Robbie for coming to help. And my youngest son, Joy. He's going to be the youngest water boy in Australia. So let's hear it up for Joy. It's a buzz to be here on a show with professionals. I've said too much. Craig owes me a beer. And God bless. Have a good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, raising money for a great cause there, Justin Westerman, Craig Sverka. Let's have a round of applause.